Hello, this is Shankar Reddy, lecturer in political science from Government Junior College for Girls, Maradpalli, Secunderabad. In this class, we are going to discuss about the relations between state and society. After completion of the essential elements of the state, we will try to cover what type of relations existed between state and other associations such as society, government and association. Okay, firstly we have to discuss relations between state and society. You know that in ancient period, both state and society are treated in equal manner. There is no differentiation between the state and society according to the Greek people. They did not differentiate the state and society. They treated two are same thing. That's why there is no clear bifurcation between state and society in ancient Greek period. Because here the state consists the people and the society consists the people only. The state also worked for the people and also society also worked for the welfare of people. That's why here there are so many similarities are existed between the state and society. Whereas there are some differences between state and society. Let us try to understand what are the differences between state and society. What is the question here? Differences between state and society. Apart from the similarities, there are some differences. Let us try to understand one by one. At the time of asking this type of question, you have to make tabular. In this tabular, we have to show the state one side, another side society. Then you have to differentiate between state and society. Okay, at the time you have to concentrate. If you take one common point, then that same common point differentiated in the opposite. That means I gave here the same numbers, right? Because we discussed on same matter. We discussed on same thing between the state and society. We differentiated same thing between state and society. That's why you have to make tabular, give it numbers, and the same numbers also give this side also. Okay. So for example, if you take state is the political organization, that means nature of the establishment of state. So you know very well the state is man-made organization which is created by man. It is a political body, which is political body because man first member in the society. In that society, he suppressed a lot. That's why he formulated one political body. That body enjoyed the supreme power. That's why the nature of the state is a political. It was the political organization. Okay. So whereas the society is social organization. Society is considered as social organization. There is no political interference in there is no political rules and regulations in the society. This was based on customs and traditions. Whereas a state is not based on customs and traditions. There was some rules and regulations. Okay. In this government is there. The government is formulated by the people through the election. That's why the state is a political organization. Okay. Here there is a difference or not? One is the political organization, another one is social organization. There was a clear difference. Another difference is that state organized after the society. State organized after the society. Means the state was created after the society. That means which is the first? Society is the first, state is the next. Clear? Society is the first, state is the next. First, which one originated? Society first originated. Then, after the society, state was originated. You know that if you observe the evolution, first man, he only originated alone. Then he formulated family. Then the group of the families originated society. In that society, men feel insecure. That's why they formulated state. This is the evolution of the state. That's why which is the first? Society is the first. State is next. Here the state organized, originated after the society. Whereas society is prior to the state. Society is prior to the state. Means society is before to the state. Society existed before the state. Clear? So this is the second difference between state and society. And third one is that state has fixed territory. You know that when you observe the essential elements of the state, the second essential element is that territory. Every state should require definite territory, fixed territory. Whereas society point of view, there is no such a fixed territory. There is no limit for the society. So it may extend it out of the boundary also. So this is one difference between state and society. Another difference is that state alone enjoy the sovereignty. State alone enjoy the sovereignty power. Here you observe the essential elements here. Out of the four essential elements, 1/4 essential element is the very powerful. It is the life of the state, because the state alone enjoy the supreme power over the citizens and subjects. Whereas here the society does not have any sovereignty. Society does not have any sovereignty because already we mentioned state alone. No other organization enjoyed the state. Society enjoyed the sovereignty. Society does not enjoy the sovereignty because the state alone enjoy the sovereignty. This is the one difference. And the next difference is that state has definite government. State has definite government. For fulfilling the objectives of the state, one organization is there, that was government. There is no such kind of organization for the society. Society also have some goals and aspirations. They are not implemented by any other organization because there is no such a accommodation. Whereas in state point of view, for implementing the state objectives, there was a one body, that was government. Is there a difference between state and society? Yes, there is a difference. And the next one is that membership of the state is compulsory. Membership of the state is compulsory. If you take membership in the state, everybody should be member in the state. If the person member in the state, then only he enjoyed the benefits of the state. So then only he controlled, then only he safeguarded by the state. So that's why everybody should take membership in the state, which is compulsory, which is mandatory manner. Whereas in society point of view, that type of membership is not compulsory. Not compulsory, that is voluntary. That is voluntary, not mandatory. If you are interested, then take the membership in society. If you are not interested, no need to take membership in society. Clear? So that's why here membership of the state is compulsory. Membership of the society, society. Membership of the society is voluntary, not compulsory. Okay. Then next difference is that laws of the state are definite. There is a fixed rules and regulations. There are some fixed rules and regulations for the state. Each and every rules and regulations are which are definite, which are very clear in nature. So that's why the state rules and regulations are definite, clear. Whereas in society point of view, the society which is based on customs and traditions, they are not in clear, definite, fixed manner. That's why the rules of the society, the laws of the society are not in definite manner, not in clear, because they are based on customs and traditions. Customs and traditions may change, but rules cannot change. Okay. And they are definite, their rules are fixed, definite in nature, whereas customs and traditions are not fixed. We may follow, may not follow, whereas rules of the state must follow by every citizen in the country. And the next difference is that state is an important part of the society. State is an important part of the society. That means society is wider, state is narrow. That means state is one integral part of the society. That which is the mother one? Society is the mother one, and state is here within the society only. It was existed. That's why here the state is an integral part of the one important integral part of the society, whereas society is wider than the state. Society is wider than the state. You know that society automatically wider because state is part of the society. Okay, so one of the association in the society, state is one of the association in the society. That association enjoyed the supreme power, sovereign power. That's why state is powerful than the society. Okay, which is wider one? Society is wider one, not state is wider one. State is one integral part of the society. Clear? So these are the differences between state and society. In examination point of view, this type of questions asked as 5 marks one. That's why you have to mention at least 6 or 7 differences between state and society. Clear? Let us try to understand the relations between state and government. Here, after the completion of the relations between state and society, we are concentrating on differentiation between state and government and relations between state and government. So, as you know, there are so many similarities between state and government at the beginning. That means Greek period. So what are the relations between state and government? So both are formulated for the welfare of people. So they are both are connected with the people. So one is related to the another. State is one of the, that means government is one of the essential element of the state. So because both are enjoyed the same powers and functions except the sovereignty power. For sake of the state, government enjoyed the benefits. That means on behalf of the state, government enjoyed the benefits. That means powers. So here some similarities. Both are having common membership and both are worked for the welfare of the people and both are established for the welfare of the man. Both are originated for the man. And they both are maintained by man also. So that's why here like this, there are some similarities existed between state and government. Whereas there are some differences between state and government. What are the differences? In examination point of view, what type of question we expected? Differences between state and government. Mention the differences between state and government. At the time you have to mention the differences only. No need to mention the relations between state and government in examination point of view. So let us try to understand differences between state and government. Apart from the similarities, one depending another one. Yes or no? It's undergone similarity. Apart from that, there are some differences. What are the differences? The first one is that state has 4 essential elements. You know that? The state has 4 essential elements. What are the 4? Population or people, territory, government, sovereignty. People, territory, government, sovereignty. The 4 are essential elements. We already covered in previous class. So whereas how it was difference between state and government, here the government is one of the 4 essential elements of state. Government is one of the 4 essential elements of the state. That's why there is a difference. So because it is like state, whereas one part of the state is considered as government. That's why there is a difference. It was a wider one, it was a narrow one. So which is wider one? State is wider than government. State is wider than government. So this is why state have more elements, whereas government is one of the essential elements. Then second one is that the state is permanent organization. The state is political organization which is formulated permanent basis. The state is permanent one. Unless until abolished by himself, the state cannot abolish. Understood? The state which exists permanently. If anybody destroy also the state sovereignty, the state is existed permanent manner. It can change the sovereignty from one country to another country, but the state is permanent. That's why the state is permanent organization. Whereas government point of view, government is not permanent one. It is a temporary one. Government is temporary organization because due to the election, government may change. Due to the revolt, government may change. Whereas state cannot change. Understood? The state cannot change, whereas government can change. That means it is a temporary manner, it is a permanent one. The second difference is that state is a permanent one, whereas the government is temporary one. And third one is that state as sovereign power. State as sovereign power. We already covered the state alone enjoy the supreme power, that is sovereignty power. No other organizations enjoy the sovereignty power. As like a society, government also does not have any sovereign power. Who enjoy the sovereign power? State enjoy the sovereign power. On behalf of the state, the government enjoyed the sovereignty power. It was not originally enjoyed the power, it was delegated power. The sovereignty power delegated by whom? Delegated by state. Understood? So this is why difference between state and government. Then the fourth one is that state is abstract. State is abstract. It cannot be seen. State is invisible. Already we covered. The state is invisible. It is abstract in nature. It cannot be seen. We are unable to see the state. It is an invisible thing. Whereas which is the visible one? Government is visible one. It was a concrete one. State government is concrete. We can see. It was the definite. We can see the government, but we cannot see the state. Understood? State is invisible thing. But the objectives of the state enjoyed by whom? Government only. Powers of the state enjoyed by whom? Government only. That means on behalf of the state, government enjoyed all those powers. That's why we can see the government, whereas we cannot see the state here. That's why it is abstract in nature. It was not concrete. It was not definite. It was abstract in nature. Okay. So this is the one difference. Then the fifth difference is that all the states are similar in nature. All the states are similar in nature. All the states are similar in, they all are identical in nature. All are identical in nature because all the states require population or people, territory, government, sovereignty. The four essential elements required for the each and every state. Whatever the state of America, state of India, state of Britain, China, every state should require their four essential elements. That's why they are similar in nature, identical in nature. Whereas in government, differ from one country to another country. Governments are differ from one country to another country. If we take India as example, in India, which type of government is existed? Parliamentary form of government. If you take America, presidential form of governments. Governments may change from country to country, whereas states are identical in nature, similar in nature. Clear? So this is the one. Whereas here governments are different from one state to another state, one state to another state. So that is the one difference. Then the next difference is that the state is master. State is master. What it means? Always the state played the master role. Master cannot listen. Here not in our masters always listen. The students' will and wish, and also student persons, they have the responsibility to clarify them. Whereas here the state cannot listen anybody's voice. The state can consider as the master. It cannot listen. It just pass the order. It just pass the orders. That orders followed by each and every member in the country, each and every government, each and every association in the country. That's why the state is master, whereas the governments are followers. State is master, government is follower of the state. Government is follower of the state, the orders passed by the state followed by whom? Government only. That's why government is follower, state is master. Understood? Then the next difference is that membership of the state is compulsory. Membership of the state is compulsory. That means everybody who are settled in the definite territory, they should take the membership in the state. There is no exemption. Everybody should take the membership in the state. That's why it's a compulsory in nature, mandatory in nature. Whereas government point of view, if interested people only members in the government. That means membership of the state is limited, voluntary, optional. Membership of the government is voluntary, optional. Clear? Whereas in membership of the state is compulsory. There is no optional. There is no what about limitation. Everybody should take the membership in the state. Whereas in government point of view, the membership of the government is optional. If you are interested, then only take the membership. If you are not interested, no need to take membership. There is no force at all. That's why it was a limited one. If you comparatively the state, the government is consisted with the limited members. Like in India, the government consists of President of India, Vice President of India, Prime Minister of India, and Council of Ministers. Here all are not members. Whereas in state, every citizen of the India is a member of the state. Understood? So that's the difference between membership point of view between state and government. And finally, the state has fixed territory. State has fixed territory. Every state should have fixed territory. Already we discussed in essential elements of the state. Without the definite territory, no state is existed. That's why it is the fixed territory is required. Fixed boundaries are required for the state. Whereas government point of view, there is no requirement of the fixed territory. So government does not require fixed territory. That means out of the boundary also government can work. If anybody is settled in abroad, belong to the India, for their welfare also our Indian government can work. So that's why it's a limitless or not. There is no fixed limitations, boundaries for the government. Before the 1971, that means Bangladesh partition from the Pakistan. You know that Pakistan situated this side and Bangladesh situated at that side. That means eastern side, western side. In the middle, there was a India. Understood? But here one government up to the 1971. The one government function from here to here. Here to here. Is there any fixed boundary? No fixed boundary. Understood? That's why for the point of view, here government point of view, there is no fixed territory. Government can work from here to here. Whereas the state, which require the fixed definite territory. These are the differences between state and government. I thought it's very clear. In examination point of view, you have to mention any 6 or 7 differences between state and government. Okay, thank you. Here let us try to understand the relations between state and associations. Here there are so many similarities are existed between state and association. Apart from that, there are some differences between state and association. Let us try to understand the differences between state and associations. Here, state is permanent in nature. State is permanent in nature. Already we discussed state was established for the permanent basis. Whereas in association, they are not established for the permanent basis. They are temporary basis. Temporary basis. Here, what is meant by association? Association is nothing but the one organization which is formulated for the one group of the people. Welfare of the some limited members. For example, for women, there was a women association. For students, there was a students association. Whereas the state, it's not for one community, one section. It was for all the people. Understood? So it is a permanent basis. It is a temporary one. because after the fulfillment of the objective of the state, the objective of the association may abolish. Okay, so for example, if you take any peasant revolution, if the peasants revolt against the state or government, the government satisfied the peasants, association may abolish. So that's why they are temporary in nature. Okay, at the same time, the second difference is that the state has sovereign power. The state has sovereign power. The state alone enjoy the sovereignty power. No other association, including the society, government, and associations also cannot enjoy the sovereignty power. Association cannot have sovereignty power. This is the one more difference between state and association. Then the next one is that state has fixed territory. State has fixed territory. Every state should require fixed or definite territory. For society point of view, it does not require this fixed territory. Out of the boundaries also, so association may work. That means association cannot have fixed territory. Okay, so peasants, they may exist in India, out of the India also. They already also included in the one same association. Okay, so this is also one difference. And the next difference is that membership of the state is compulsory. Membership of the state is compulsory. Everybody should take membership in the state, because who resides in the state, they should take membership. Whereas in association point of view, membership of association is optional. Optional means if you are interested, then only you have to take membership. Otherwise, no need to take membership. That it's optional. It's a voluntary basis. Whereas in state point of view, that was the compulsory basis. Understood? Then the next difference is that a man can become a member of one state only at a time. One single man can become a member of one state only at a time. Understood? That means, for example, some X, he became member of India only. He unable to become member of India at the same time member of America, member of Britain. So one member, he can become a member of one state only at a time. He unable to take two more states membership. Understood? So this is the difference. And whereas in association point of view, the members can be any number of association. A member can be any number of associations. That means one same X can take members in same as different associations. Like for example, he was the employee association. He was the community. For example, he was SC in SC association. He was some state belonging to the state association, peasants association. That means one same common member can eligible to take any number of association. Can eligible to take membership in any number of associations. Clear? This is the one more difference. Then the next difference is that state has multiple functions. State has multiple functions concerning whom? Overall individuals. Here, the state has multiple functions concerning overall individuals. That means that here the state is one body, one political organization, one sovereign organization, which is man-made organization, which is worked for all the people of the state. The people who resides in the country, for sake of welfare of all the people, the state can function. That means here the state have multiple functions. It exercises the executive functions, legislative functions, judicial functions, health functions, and also educational functions, etc. That means there are multiple functions concerning whom? Concerning overall the individuals, all the individuals. There is no limitations. That means it cannot be worked for the one community, one group of the people here. It can be worked for all the people. Whereas in society association point of view, association functions are limited to its members only. In association point of view, the functions of associations are very less than state. The state have huge functions, multiple functions. Whereas in association point of view, the functions are very limited, less. That to be the functions are related to whom? Its members only. Its members only. That means members of the association welfare only observed by that particular association. Okay, who are not members in the association, their welfare is not observed by the association. So that's why there is a clear difference. Then the next difference is that the scope of the state is wider. The scope of the state is wider. Already we discussed the. For example, if you take society is wider than the state. Here the state is wider than association. State is wider than association. Comparatively with the association, state is wider. It was the larger body. Because associations are part of the state only. That's why state scope is wider, whereas the scope of the association is limited. The scope of the association is limited. It was the narrow body. It was a less membership body. Comparatively the state, it was the limited organization. Clear? Last but not least is that the state can impose taxes on its members, on its people, on its citizens. The state can impose taxes. Here, for example, India has the power to impose taxes on its citizen or not? Yes, because the state has the power to impose tax on its people. Whereas in association point of view, association cannot impose taxes on its members. It does not have such a power to impose taxes on its members. I thought it's very clear. In examination point of view, you have to mention any 6 or 7 differences between state and association. Thank you.